Here's the instruction manual. Don't worry about that. I'll give you a few tips to shoot video. The Canon 70D has been out for a little while now and is a very capable DSLR for shooting video. It has touchscreen LCD on the back, it has a new and improved autofocus tracking system, but there's a few things that you have to know, or there's a few setups that you should go through just to get the best out of this camera when shooting video. Firstly, video is a lot more hungry on card space than shooting stills. And to shoot the top resolution on this camera, you want a card that can shoot at least 20 megabits a second, or a class 10 card. I'm using the SanDisk Extreme and this shoots 45 megabits a second. First up, to switch your camera to video mode, you flick the switch here from the wee white stills camera to the red video camera. Next, switch your control switch to M for manual mode. Now press the menu button. Scroll across to the 12th menu, I think it is here, and you'll see here video system. You'll set this depending on which country you are. If you are in North America, Canada, Asia, it's generally NTSC. If you're in New Zealand, Australia, UK, you are PAL. And I'm a PAL country, so I'll set it to PAL. This is the first menu on the left here. There's nothing in here for video, so go to the third menu. Okay. Scroll up. Exposure compensation, leave it as it is. The only thing you have to worry about in here is auto lighting optimizer. Turn that off. White balance, I run it on the K mode, but until you're used to it, you don't want it, basically you don't want an auto white balance, because although it does a good job, it'll change between shots, and if you want a consistent look for your video, it's best to run it as manual as possible. So you can set it in daylight if you're working outside in daylight all day, or shade, or cloudy, or tungsten, which is when you're working inside under the yellow lights or at night. I run mine on K because I know what sort of degrees Kelvin I set for shooting video. Color space, leave it in sRGB. The fourth menu in is picture style. Now this one is quite subjective. My recommendations for this one, if you're just going to pick up the camera and shoot some holiday video, or your kids playing around, that you're probably not going to do too much post-production or color grading in, I would recommend the neutral setting. Scroll down to neutral, hit set, and you're away. For a more editable image, or the classic Canon look that a lot of people are using in the Canon 5D or 7D where you want to edit, go down to user def 1, hit info detail set, picture style, hit set, excuse me, enter neutral, scroll down, we want sharpness all the way to the left, which it is here, contrast all the way to the left, saturation back 2 notches, 1, 2, set, color tone you can leave where it is. And that's the classic Canon look where you might want to do some color grading or post-production. As a side note, when shooting myself for these videos, I use the tweaked neutral setting, as it gives someone like myself with a less than perfect complexion the most complementary look. You don't want the camera to give a lot of saturation or be overly sharp when shooting people, as it will highlight skin blemishes, red cheeks, etc. So this flat neutral look that we've just talked about is the one that I prefer. Highlight tone priority, turn off. I generally shoot video using manual focus because it gives me more control, or the most control, but the Canon 70D has a much improved autofocus mechanism in here, the dual pixel autofocus method, which actually works pretty well. So if you, for example, if you're shooting yourself and you know you're going to be moving a little bit, you can use the autofocus face tracking mode here, and it does a pretty good job. Menu 6, move your record size. I will shoot either in all I 25 frames a second or all I 24 frames a second. The 25 and 24p refers to the frame rate. The 24p is the more classic cinema look. The difference between the all I and IPB modes is the amount of compression the camera uses to record the video. The all-eye mode generates file sizes almost twice that of the IPB mode. If you want maximum quality and plan on editing and color grading your footage, then use the all-eye mode. If file size is important and you're not really planning on doing post-production or color grading and disk space might be at a premium, use the IPB mode where it's actually the file sizes are a lot smaller. For example, in the all-eye mode, you will only get approximately 22 minutes of video per 16 gig disk. Digital zoom, I generally disable that. You can set it from something like 3 to 10 times, but I'm not a fan of digital zoom. Sound recording, leave it on auto unless you're hooking up an external mic such as a Rode Video Mic Pro, which you can still leave on auto, but the best results when audio is critical, then you'll need to get into the manual mode here. But at the moment, with nothing else attached to the camera, leave it on auto. Most of these other menus refer to shooting stills, so that's all we really need to know to get out there to shoot video. That's about it. I hope that helps you with setting up your Canon 70D for shooting video. If you go to my website, which is in the link below there, I am currently working on a more comprehensive or detailed course which you can then download to really get the most out of shooting video with your Canon 70D. Thanks for watching.